Hey there, this is Chanda, your connection coach. Welcome to Live Your Mission Statement speaker series. So today I'm with Georgie Loxton, and I've had the pleasure of getting to know her over the last few months and see some spectacular things that she's been doing around women and money. So hi Georgie, how are you?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm just by way of a background, like I saw your Women's Wisdom Wealth series starting earlier this year, and it was so funny that we have a little visitor. Like all of these are so candid. These interviews are candid and raw. And we have her puppy here, so we have a little extra guest for you guys today. So I was first indirectly introduced to you through seeing your Women's Wisdom Wealth pop up on Facebook. And funny enough, I said to one of my business partners, that's what I wanted to do. This is so cool, somebody's doing it. Yeah, so I immediately had this slight moment of jealousy where I was just like, oh, that's that idea that I wanted to do and somebody else is doing. But then I kind of got over it because I realized that there's such an abundance, such a playground and platform for us all to work together and do stuff. So when I met you several months later, I was like, oh, great, I got to meet that lady who does this thing that I love, that I'm totally inspired by. So I just want to start off by asking you, Georgie, what's your mission statement?
Well, that's funny you just used the word inspired, because that's really the first part of it. It's about creating an environment where women are inspired to become more responsible about their money and about their financial life, and where they can engage in their finances while actually having fun. Right? I used to say this can be fun.
I know.
And where they can learn and where they become to feel increasingly confident about their money and about the decisions that they're making, and know and understand how those decisions are going to impact their life.
Wow, because that's really key. And I've been to some of your seminars where you talk about how money translates into other areas of your life. And I've personally seen that I've been in law, I've made money, I understand like money comes, money goes, and if you're not able to understand it and be responsible with it, it can be a very scary thing. So, you have it and you're like, where did my paycheck go? I make good money, where did it go?
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how many times women say to me, Georgie, it's coming in, I'm earning good money, but I don't know where it goes. And I think that's the key thing. I would say that almost all of my clients are smart, successful women, where they have secure careers, but there's something that's changed them, and there's kind of it's whatever it is that's changed has created this feeling of uncertainty. And they suddenly realize that they don't feel confident that their money's going to be there for them when they need it, right? Because although it's coming in, okay, what am I doing with it? And this feeling of having no control over it, right?
And it's that whole equation. Money is power, money is value, and it has that other impact on us when we feel that we don't have the money, or we don't have the money when we need it. As you said, that like, what does that mean about us? Does that decrease our value? Does it, does it
it's so tied into self-worth. Yeah.
So what inspired you to take this on for your career?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think it actually goes back to my childhood, because when I was young, my dad was a successful property developer, and in the really early years of my life, we lived a nice life, and it got nicer and nicer as my dad did better and better. But in the downturn of the real estate crash of the late 80s, early 90s, my dad lost everything, including our home, and I was one of 5 children, and we had no home. And what I realized as an adult is my mum knew nothing about those decisions that were going on around her. She was busy taking care of 5 kids, looking after the household, and it literally wasn't until one Friday night that my dad told her that the house had been used as collateral, and by the Monday we were out of the house.
Wow.
Okay? Pretty big stuff.
Yeah.
My mum and dad are together today in a deeply loving marriage, but that shook her, deeply. They had 5 children and they had no home. So when I started this 25 years later, I realized that this same pattern is being repeated all around me. Women not being engaged in their finances, letting other people make financial decisions for them and not knowing what's going on, even just, not knowing what's coming into the household. And women were coming to me every day, widows in this state of paralysis because they had no idea, women who were getting divorced that didn't know what they had or what they didn't have, even just young, smart women who are getting into real estate partnerships with boyfriends and not leaving themselves covered. All these women setting themselves up for disaster.
Heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking because it's the same pattern. It's exactly the same thing as what my mother went through. And, I'm incredibly lucky. I come from an amazingly loving family. And what that definitely taught me is, although what I do with money is really not everything.
Yeah.
Right? Because that experience is something where at the time didn't faze me at all. Right? My mum and dad kept everything just seeming like it was completely normal. So there were way more important things in life than money. I know that for sure.
Right.
But I do think that in this day and age, we women should be taking control of this part of our life, and we need to be empowered to do that. We need to be inspired to do that because it's just been something that's been so dull and boring and scary.
Yeah.
And let's change that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of my essence words is play, so I'm totally down for making things fun.
I know. Yeah.
And I will say you've given me the same challenge of doing my budget, and it terrifies me. So it's like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know how much I owe. I don't want to know how much I make compared to that. And
but it's fair.
It is fair, right? But then knowing it really just makes it that simple.
Yeah.
And then it's just numbers on a piece of paper.
Absolutely. It's conscious, and then you realize that there are choices. I think financial planning is really, I read about this on Facebook the other day, it's a science of choice.
I love that you said that.
Yeah, it's choices.
Because choice plays such a big role in everyday life. We choose, we make hundreds of choices every moment of the day. Like every day we just walk around, like whether it's to go through the front door or go through the back door, we make choices. And then when the choices become what we feel is more significant, then it's all of a sudden that's when like a fear factor kicks in. So choice, that's brilliant. Like it comes down to choices. So I can see how when you know what you're doing with your money, choice becomes maybe much simpler.
Absolutely. But I think the thing with choice with financial planning has often been around things like, well, you can choose not to spend that $5 a day on your coffee, right? And yes, that is going to make a bit of a difference over a year, right? But it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're living day to day and week to week and month to month, those are important choices to make. But the biggest choice, I think, for women is you have control and you have a choice over how much money you earn. And I think that's something that often people don't realize. They feel that they're stuck. Well, I can't earn any more than this, right? You can control the little bits down the bottom, like buying coffee every day. And you can go up here, right?
Ooh,
right to the top and decide, I'm going to earn X.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there and say, well, I'm deserving and worthy of that amount of money, and I'm going to go with it.
Talk more about that, because that is important. And I may be hated for saying it, but we have almost developed this culture where women just feel like, where's my white knight? I want him to come rescue me. And if I get married or if I have somebody else to supplement this income, then it's going to be fine. And what I'm making is good. And I just need a partner to fill in the gap.
I should just kind of caveat it by saying, I know in Cayman it is difficult for some people because some people are really stuck here by work permit issues or whatever it is. So putting those things aside, I think there's always the asking, right? I see so many women under earning and they've never asked. They've never said what they want. They've never said what they feel that they deserve and what they're worthy of. I wrote a thing the other day that this was the best time for women to go out there and ask for the raise. Women are getting much bigger pay rises. It was a Bloomberg article, I think, much bigger pay rises at the moment than men, particularly if they move jobs. So moving to another firm is a great way to earn that extra whatever it is a year. Go out and get a side gig, right? Turn something you love doing into an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month. Rent out a room in your house. There's a lot of other ways to get to wherever it is that you want to get to. A huge number of ways.
Yeah, and I can totally see that because, like you said, cutting out the bottom line, it's a smaller deal. And also it can kind of, what I've found in my experience, eat away at your happiness, because you're like, okay, now I have to sacrifice this and I have to sacrifice that. And then it's like, becomes almost depressing.
And that's the problem with a budget. That word budget is that it's so associated with deprivation and sacrifice and restriction. And, you know, I think we have to ditch that word and understand that knowing where your money goes is about being conscious about it. It's not necessarily about being a slave to a spreadsheet that says, I can't buy my coffee every day.
Right.
Because if the coffee's a thing that you love, right, you can cut it out for a week, but you're going to go back to it. You know, I think to me, it's like someone saying to me, it's the same as a diet or exercise. Someone said to me, you've got to cut out your wine, you've got to cut out your chocolate. Right? I might do it for a few days, but I'll go back to it, you know, doubly, because they're the things I love.
Exactly. So I was going to say, it's kind of like diet versus lifestyle, budget versus financial planning.
Yeah.
Got it.
Absolutely. Like, ditch the word diet, ditch the word budget, and I think we'll be a lot better off.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So tell me more about responsibility and where that factors in.
Yeah. Well, I think that it does come back to being engaged and understanding what's going on with your money, right? That is starts to create that feeling of being responsible. And women say to me all the time, I want to be more responsible with my money. You know, they'll say that. So that is, okay, do you know, A, do you know what's coming in, and B, do you know what's going out, right? And then it's about making those conscious decisions with what's left, right? And if there's nothing left, obviously then there's big choices that need to be made. But a lot of people kind of do have something left, right? And then it's about being responsible with that money, you know, every month or every quarter or whatever it is for that person.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and that's a big part of, we overspend and live outside of our means and not getting clear to know what we do and don't even have to begin with. So it's hard to be responsible when you have no idea what's going on.
Even little things like logging onto your bank account every day and seeing what's there. And it's amazing how many, I say women, but you know, guys too, absolutely. Just don't do those little things to understand where the money is and what's there. You know, like just every day log on. Okay, I can see what's there. I know.
Yeah, and that's one of the exercises that I've given clients as a coach, and that I've done myself, like that I've been given as a client, that, you know, to be present with your money and like, just like you'd be present with anything else in your life, like get to know it, have a relationship with it, look at it, where is it going? Unfortunately,
have a relationship with it. I love that.
Have a relationship with it, because it's like everything is interconnected, right?
And it's tied with everything. It's money goes into every little part of our life.
Right.
You know, it's linked to everything.
Yeah. So,
and some people just want to ignore that because, you know, there's this deep-rooted belief that money is bad, or, you know, that rich people are bad. And, you know, that's a really big mindset shift that often has to happen for people to start realizing that there's nothing bad about money and there's nothing bad about wanting money in your life. I think, you know, if you start viewing money as a blessing or as a resource, or I just literally wrote a piece this morning about view it as your life's energy, right? You work hard for that money. It's your life's energy, and everything around financial planning should be about honoring your life's energy and bringing the most, or getting the most joy that you can from that energy, you know, that you've worked so hard for, and then start seeing it as a blessing that once you've taken care of yourself, you can start giving, you know, and you can start having that amazing thing going on. But what I do see often with women, so often, is the giving happening way before they are on a solid foundation financially. And I think that's, you know, it's quite scary, and you know, it's almost getting to a state of self-sabotage, I think. When everything's going to other people, they're taking care of everybody around them.
Gratitude and self-sabotage. I want to touch on those two things really fast, because I'm a great believer in like the attitude of gratitude. It's a good place to start, because if you are already in a scarcity complex and you're talking to yourself and saying, I never have enough, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's very self-sabotaging. And you said something brilliant to me the other day about like not having any money, and you're like, if your mindset is to not have money, then you will make sure that you never have money. It'll come in and go.
It'll go right out. You'll give it to people around you who need it, or you'll spend it all, because deep inside you, your whole identity is that there's never enough money, right? So I can't have any money in my life because that goes against everything that I believe about the world. As opposed to, okay, there is a lot of money out there. There's enough money for everyone. Let's shift to that place with abundance, right? And let's go and earn what we feel that we deserve, and then start taking and making responsible decisions and cherish it and take care of it and make it grow and make it last.
And just looking at that income coming in and looking at it as, hey, the starting point is enough. Like, you know, I've gone and done jobs and it's not what I necessarily wanted to be making, but when I started at the place of gratitude of it, like, hey, it was $100 or $500 when I really wanted to make $5,000, I would make my way there. But I'm grateful that, hey, somebody paid me to do a job and trusted me in their space, or if this is all they could afford, they were grateful that I was working with them. So I'm going to be grateful for that. And I read a book, The Soul of Money. I don't know if you've read that.
I haven't read that one, but
it speaks to that. It speaks to like your intention with money and your behavior with money. Not just the behavior in that giving, spending sense, but your intention and how your gratitude and your being with money.
But what we always have to remember is whatever we're doing with our money almost certainly has nothing to do with money. Right? It has something to do with something much deeper inside us.
Exactly.
You know, that overspending is not the money doing it. It's you know, it's something deep inside us. I think you know, that's where you as a coach comes in. You know, I'm not a coach. I can start to help women understand these things, but you know, the real, I think often it needs to go to something so much deeper.
Exactly. I totally agree. So tell us, Georgie, what is next for you? You've been doing all these workshops, amazing stuff, and next gen and all kind of stuff. So
I'm just finally about to launch my website, which has been a work in progress for way too long. So that's going to be put out there, hopefully in the next week or so, which will give women a really good idea actually who I am and what I do. I'm, you know, getting really clear on my processes and how, you know, what I do is becoming uniquely designed for women, because, you know, that's the whole problem with this industry, or my industry, is that it's been developed by men for men. And the big companies have tried to be women friendly by putting out pink brochures or whatever it was, right? But that's not it. That's not it. It's how can we turn the whole money thing into something, as I said, that's fun for women, that helps women really feel confident and engaged and inspired, right? And that's not just a pink brochure.
No. So some of us like blue.
Yes, exactly. So getting those things clear, so that will become much clearer next year. Okay, you know, this is exactly what Georgie does, and I think, you know, people haven't always been clear on that, because you know, it takes you time to get clear on what you're doing, and then for other people to become clear on that. So so I'd say those two things coming up in the next kind of 6 months, and then who knows what comes after that, Chanda.
Well, I'm a possibilitarian, so anything is possible.
You know, I was thinking today that I suppose my ultimate mission is to, you know, is to make a difference and to change the world, but you do that in your own little corner, right? So, you know, I start in this house, my family and my kids, and then with every client and every prospective client that I meet, and who knows what comes after that.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for spending this time, Georgie. Thank you so much. And I'm sure our viewers appreciate it. And we're going to have a link below on how you can contact Georgie if you want some more information on financial planning. And stay tuned for our next edition of Living Your Mission Statement. Bye.
Visit ChandaVCoaching.com to view more videos in the Living Your Mission Statement series.